북한에는 물건 구입하는 과정이 굉장히 독특해요. 식당에서 밥 먹는
In North Korea, the process of buying goods and dining at restaurants is quite unique. Just until a few years ago, the practice below was typical throughout the country. The economic system is the difference between North Korea and a normal country.
시장 경제라는 말은 그 물건 만들고 사고 팔고 하는 걸
Capitalist societies have what is called the market economy. The production, buying, and selling of goods are left to the people.
자유롭게 가격을 정하고 물건을 거래할 수 있는 세상을 시장 경제.
People are free to set prices and trade goods in a market economy. However, North Korea has a planned economy. The state controls everything. The state would only care to produce 10 outfits if there were 10 people. Additionally, North Korea had always been a country where food was lacking. So the amount of food per adult person was strictly limited to 700 grams per day.
그래서 내가 돈이 있다고 해서 옷을 5벌 입을 거야.
Even if I had money, I couldn't buy for myself 5 outfits. There may be plenty of clothes in the store, but if I were to buy 5 outfits, others would lack because of the planned production. So money isn't the only requirement for buying. You need a ticket.
내가 옷을 살 수 있는 티켓.
I need to have a ticket. One ticket is needed to buy one outfit. Without the ticket, you cannot purchase clothes. As with the clothes, you need a food ration ticket of 700 grams.
그래서 예를 들어서 내가
For example, if I go on a business trip to another area, I must have what is called a food coupon. This entitles me to eat 700 grams of food per day. Having money doesn't mean you can go to a restaurant and eat 2 or 3 meals. This is how it is with food coupon system. Why was it done this way? It was done to create a world of equality.
누구나 다 똑같이 골고루 잘 사는 세상을
Let's create a world where everyone lives equally well. That was the original intent. How does it seem to you?
잘 사는 사람도 없고 가난한 사람도 없고 너도 나도 똑같이
A world without rich or poor, where everyone lives the same without conflict and everyone seems happy.
봐요.
Look,
이렇게 티켓에 의해서 계획 경제
when the state controls all consumption through tickets and planned economy, I can't eat beef just because I want to. If the state says it's corn today, it's corn. North Korea is all about the state's control, not equality. For example, say I want to have 2 sets of clothes, I want to try that outfit, but choosing things you like is not possible. You can only wear the uniform provided by the state. As for me, I was unhappy.
가장 어떤 경우에 내가 비참하게 느꼈었냐면요.
I felt the most miserable when I started going to rural mobilizations in middle school.
남자애들 같은 경우
You are, in the midst of a puberty. It's crucial time for boys' growth. You need to eat a lot at this stage. The boys being strong, do a great job in the fields, working hard. I could do 2 or 3 times more work than the girl next to me.
하면 내 옆에 있는 여자애보다 2배, 3배 일을 할 수 있어요. 또 실제 2배, 3배 일을 했고
I advanced 10 meters while the girl, beside me barely reached 2-3 meters. I understood that was all she could do. But when it comes to eating, she got a bowl of rice just like me, but the bowl of rice was far from enough for me. Yet she had some leftovers because she didn't work as much. So I quickly finished my rice and felt so angry watching her still eating hers. So at the time I thought to myself, is this equality? Does this kind of equality seem good to you? I was so angry that I said this. Feed a cow commensurate to how much work the cow gets done. Feed a donkey commensurate to how much work it gets done. Isn't that what equality is? Is it fair to feed cows and donkeys the same amount and say, what a wonderful equal world? Doesn't a cow get much more work done than a sheep? This so-called beautiful equality I've experienced was in reality an incredible, cruel world.
그러다 보니까 저희 어머님은 은퇴할 때 굉장히 유능한 의사예요.
My mother was at the age of retirement, but she was a very competent doctor. However, I discovered that the salary of a common laborer and my mother were exactly the same. A person who loafed around without studying got just the same as someone who studied hard.
그리고 집을 배정받을 때면 노동자라고 해서 더 좋은 집 배정받아요.
And when it came to state-assigned houses, the laborers got better houses. You might think such a world would be good for workers, right? At least the workers would benefit. But in such a miserable world, nobody wants to work hard. What would be the motivation to work anyway? Even if I worked harder than that girl, I would get the same amount of food as her. Might as well just work as little as she does, and no one can blame me for that. And since I get the same allotted amount anyway, why should I try? Why work the full 10 meters? I ended up barely advancing a meter an hour. And at the end, nobody was working, and this became the norm of North Korean society. If someone worked hard, they would be seen as the odd one out, and they would say, "Hey, why are you making us look bad like some kind of an American?" This is what happens in an equal society.
아무도 책임적으로도 일 안 하고 열심히도 일을 안 하고 그러니까
Nobody works responsibly or diligently in North Korea, which is why the industrial products produced there are such poor quality. Consequently, there's a tremendous longing for foreign-made products in North Korea. Why? Because the items made in North Korea become trash as soon as they're used.
질량 높게 하니까 외국 무품에 대한
But the goods from abroad are made responsibly in high quality, hence there's yearning for foreign products. North Koreans have become like slaves working mechanically, devoid of creativity, motivation, or a sense of ownership. They just pretend to work when they are scolded and loaf around when supervisors are absent. What an equal world. Equality might sound good on the surface, but if you had to live in a society of categorical equality, where no difference is tolerated or respected, everyone would end up unhappy. From the very beginning, God didn't create humans all the same. Equality does not mean uniformity. To some, He gave the ability to run 10K per hour. Some are born without legs. Some are born with disabilities. It's because God is just not necessarily equal. He accounts for the person who can run fast and the person born with disability in just manner. God desires a diverse world of harmony, a beautiful world where capable people work hard and the poor are cared for lovingly. People of different backgrounds can live in harmony, each doing their best, being considerate of each other and thus supporting each other. God does not want equality in which humans are reduced to machines or cookies cut out of the same pattern. This is a conundrum of equality. And I'm telling you, the equal world enforced by North Korea was dehumanizing, excruciatingly painful.